Strange question for you, friends. How dry is the ground you're walking on? Hey friends, it's Pastor Mike from Fellowship Church. Hope you're all having a wonderful week. Know that we love you and care about you. That question for you again, how dry is the ground you're walking on? Kind of an unusual question. Well, if you were with us this past Sunday, you know that we spent some time studying a man named Noah. Noah the boat builder built that ark. All of the animals on the ark saved the people as well. That's Noah the boat builder. But when we get towards the end of that story, there's something really peculiar there. The Bible tells us that on the first day of the first month, Noah looked out and the ground was dry. And then the Bible tells us that on the 27th day of the second month, Noah looked out and the ground was completely dry. Not just dry, but completely dry. And then the next verse says, and then God told Noah to come out of the boat. Now, I don't know about you, but Noah was on that boat for 40 days and 40 nights while it was raining. And then he was on that boat for another 150 days after that. Noah was on that boat for a solid 6 months with just his family and the animals. Well, I tell you, if I looked out and that ground was reasonably close to dry, I'd be off that ark just like that. But the Bible tells us that after the first day of the first month, Noah waited until the 27th day of the second month. Well, that's about another 2 months that Noah just stayed inside the ark while the ground was dry, and he was waiting for God to say, now. So while the ground looked dry to Noah, Noah waited until it was completely dry. Not because Noah didn't want to get a little mud on his Skechers, but because Noah was waiting for God to say, now. And here's my question for you, friends. As you go through this life, are you settling for dry ground, or are you waiting for ground that is completely dry? And now we're not talking about muddy ground after a flood or something, right? We're talking about all kinds of life situations in which you and I might say, it feels like the time is right to go do this, or say that, or get involved in this thing, or make this change. Meanwhile, God would have us wait just a little bit longer until the ground is completely dry. And we're not talking about dry ground here. We're just talking about when it's right to move forward with something. To Noah's eyes, and I'm sure to the eyes of his family, he looked out, saw any kind of dry ground and thought, we can get off the ark now. But he waited. He waited because God hadn't spoken yet. So Noah waited on that ark for another 2 months for God to say, now, Noah. And here's my question for you. Is there a situation in your life right now where you've wanted to jump out of the ark, so to speak, because you're tired of being there and you want to step out into something new just because it's new and this is what you've been waiting for? But the voice of the Lord isn't there yet. And maybe God, if you listen really closely, God is still saying, give me just a little more time. I'm still preparing something out there for you. I know that looks good right now, but not now. Just wait a little bit longer. I'll tell you, if you're like me, friends, waiting is hard. Patience does not come naturally. It certainly is a difficult virtue. When I see dry ground in this life, no matter what it looks like, I want to jump right now. And God says, I had something better for you. I had completely dry. So if there's something in your life right now where you've been wanting to step out onto dry ground, maybe it's possible that God's been waiting to make it completely dry. And maybe God is still at work preparing something better than what you currently see. And God is saying, I didn't say now. Just give me a little longer. I want to give you completely dry. Friends, I hope that's helpful to you. It certainly has been speaking to me lately. I hope you have a wonderful week. Hope you're preparing well for Thanksgiving. I hope you have a great time getting together with family. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.